Hello everybody, my name is Geekimus and welcome back to the channel. Well, this is my video on the Pokemon 4.0.0 update for Pokemon Home. Now, this is a pretty interesting update because there's a few things I like, a few things I dislike, and thankfully a brand new way to bring Pokemon so I can actually finish my Pokemon Alpha Dex in ZA. That's kind of a big deal for me. I've had to stop kind of playing ZA because I literally couldn't play anything else until I was able to transfer stuff out of there because I had like 2 full pages of shiny Pokemon. So, yeah, thankfully. So, let's get in here. First of all, this is an update that includes Pokemon Legends ZA and is future-proofed for Pokemon Champions coming out here in a few days. But notably, it did not get its connection for Pokemon Fire Red and Leaf Green. We will talk about this later, but yeah, no, they didn't actually do an update for Fire Red and Leaf Green connectivity yet. It's kind of weird, but hey, heck yeah. Now, a reminder that I want to tell people is if you transfer something into ZA, it cannot go back to Scarlet and Violet, and it cannot go back to Sword and Shield. This is something... Now, a lot of people made a big deal about this, but Pokemon Bank already did this with the Generation 6 to 7. And I don't know why people didn't suspect something similar would happen in the series in the future, but yeah, no, that's not a big shocker here. I think it's a little disappointing, but I wasn't too shocked to see this happen. But let's get into some of the cool things. First of all, we can add all the Pokemon from Legends EA, and you can get a full Dex completion for all the main game, the Mega Dimensions DLC, and all the, man, that's a lot of Mega Pokemon now. Whew. Of course, this also helps you complete different challenges. The 230, 131, and the 93 on Completionists. And we have new research tasks that complete challenges that completed in Pokemon Home, being the 10 forms of Furfrou, which you could do beforehand, but this actually lets you just do it natively. Finishing all the Pokédexes, and then registering Zygarde, Eternal Flower Floette, and Darkrai, which is basically because they all are the main. Hey, here's a new, big important Pokemon. And then, of course, filling all your Pokédex in the different games gets you new stickers and all that, which is pretty cool for those who care about your Pokemon Home customization. I'm hit or miss on this. I just care more about completing the Pokédex. And finally, AZ's Floette here can join us in Pokemon Home, which is pretty awesome. We haven't been able to have AZ's Floette here in the game since the launch of the game, and those weren't legal back in the day. So it's awesome to see them actually here. And of course, if by adding a Pokemon from Legends EA in the Pokemon Home, you get the reward of an Alpha Chikorita, Totodile, and Tepig, which is a pretty nice reward, but unfortunately, we do not have any connections for or rewards for completing these Pokédexes. No Diancie, no Hoopa, and no Volcanion, which is a really big downgrade from what we were suspecting. But I'm sure down the line, one of these 3 guys will be the Pokemon we get here. Or Darkrai, maybe? Very unlikely. I imagine it would be Diancie, Hoopa, or Volcanion, since that's kind of the mythical Pokemon guarantee. But, yeah, so let's say I was a little unprepared, though, for this update. About a week prior to the update, I was just sitting there, chilling, suspecting this update would come out on, well, I honestly thought closer to the end of April, because that's when I thought Champions would drop. And then the Pokemon Company says, hey, guess what? The update's coming out now. And I went, I'm not ready. Oh, shit. So I had to speed run getting all of this stuff done, and yeah, that's the one neat thing about getting this all here when we did, because it did help. But no, I mean, and that's where we have to talk about the lack of Fire Red Leaf Green connection, because I'm really frustrated. So I was suspecting when the Pokemon Home updated, we would get Legends EA connection with the Mega Dimensions DLC, and Fire Red Leaf Green. I was prepared. I worked. I studied. I worked. I got everything done. And so prior to this update, I had 214 Pokemon in my Pokemon Fire Red copy. And on that copy, I had 2 Suicunes and 2 Raikos. I had 2 more playthroughs to finish to not just to get a duplicate of every Pokemon I needed for the Pokedex, but also I needed to get I just needed to get a lot of Pokemon, to kind of duplicate, and also need to get Entei. Mind you, I'm doing legit. No Mel glitches, no, using different kind of RNG manips or any of that stuff. I'm doing everything legitimately. So for me, this takes a lot longer than you fellows who can understand how to hit the RNG button at the right time or everything. So for me, this is a lot of hard work. Getting this dex completed again, and of course needing an Entei. So when that release date for the Pokemon Champions coming out, and I had 2 weeks, mind you, that's before I knew the release date for Pokemon Home, I panicked. I really did. I went, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit, 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 shit. And I was not prepared. I sat down and spent a lot of time speed running, getting this prepared, getting ready, getting everything. Like, honestly, I put 60 hours in a week in the Pokemon Leaf Green, and an additional 12 hours into finishing a second copy of Legend ZA to get a second Eternal Flower Floette. And I apparently only needed to get one, and I quote, one Eternal Flower Floette, and Leaf Green did not need to get 60 hours in a week. It frustrates me so much. I mean, I understand it's good we didn't get sped ran into getting it done. And I know also there's going to be people going, oh, why can't we connect the Pokemon XD Gale Darkness and different stuff? But no. Those make sense. But what I'm frustrated is that Fire and Leaf Green didn't get added. I worked so hard, but I guess it is nice. I imagine the reason why we're taking this slower is we just want to give time to get Ruby, Sapphire, and Emerald on the Switch, get connectivity going, and maybe having a way to get Mew and Celebi so you can have not Mew and Celebi. No, Celebi and Jirachi so you can actually have a completed dex for the Generation 3 games. I don't know if that's why they did what they did, but I still don't like it because I'm like, come on, I work so hard. Why? And that's why I understand, but it is annoying. No reward for finishing Legend ZA, Pokemon Fire Red Leaf Green not being here. I feel like a lot of people have said this. I feel like this was just kind of pushed out when it was, so it was ready for Pokemon Champions, which, yes, we will make a video here on the channel about Pokemon Champions. I'm not a competitive player, but I will give you guys my honest opinion about Champions. I'm not going to be, I'm not a competitive Pokemon player, so I can't enjoy this product. No, I'll give you guys my own personal takes. I probably won't be throwing a lot of money into Champions, because it's just not my thing, unless they make unlocks, unlike Pokemon unlocks only in Champions, then unfortunately I might have to, but for now we're planning on not throwing money in the Champions. But also, we said we weren't going to pick up a copy of Pokopia, and after the editing of this video, I will finally be able to sit down and play this and enjoy it, because I've been spending the last 3 or 4 days organizing my Pokemon home boxes. Yeah, this is why my video took so long to get done. I've been organizing my Pokemon home boxes. I have over 5,000 Pokemon. It takes quite a while to organize everything with new shinies and everything. And trust me, it's a giant collection of Pokemon. I really hope that Wind and Waves update gets us, hey, Pokemon Company, can we get more memory expansion? Sorry this video is not like the most big video, but it is one of those things where I am kind of in between wanting to see how Champions is, playing Pokopia for myself, and it's just taking a little bit of time, But I'm going to say this. I'm happy Pokemon update's here. Wish we would have got our reward for completing it. And I hope the Fire Red and Leaf Green doesn't take too long to actually come out. Well, everybody, thank you so much for watching this video. If you want more Pokemon content, hit that subscribe button. And also, if you have any video suggestions you want me to see, collection, challenges, or talking about certain Pokemon that are hard to obtain, please leave a comment in the comment section down below. Thank you guys so much for watching. Gotta catch 'em all.